Hey, if you're watching this right now, there's a really good chance that you didn't build your business to become a prison or a jail that you can't escape from, you can't get away from, you can't even, hardly get away for the weekend without things going to falling to pieces, right? So you started this thing because you had vision, you had skill, you had ideas, maybe you had the right mindset, and you wanted to, turn this thing into something that would set you free, right? So you wanted to escape the 9 to 5, but instead you've probably bought yourself a 6 till 6 or a 6 till 7. That's what happens to most business owners. Because most small businesses don't have a growth problem, they have a system problem. Last 10 years, we generated over 150 million in sales in our manufacturing and importing business. And we've also taught and trained clients for the last 7 years in our coaching business how to do the same thing. And they've generated millions and millions and millions of dollars just using our simple frameworks, our simple systems, right? Let's start with the front end of the business. Let's start with marketing, okay? So a marketing system you can put in place is very simple and very powerful. Most people spend terrible amounts of money or waste a lot of money on Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, all sorts of ads. It's like, I call it like, picking up a shotgun and blasting it in the air and hoping something's gonna be flying past and you're gonna get that thing, right? And so there's a chance that you might get something, but you've just spent $10,000 in a month or whatever you might be in your budget right now. You might be spending $1,000 on ads or $500. And what are you getting? Can you measure it? Is it really, really measurable? Now, some people do this really, really well. Don't get me wrong. Some people can do paid ads really, really well, right? And we've used them to great success in our businesses as well. But I'm going to teach you a way you can do it for $0, right? So this is, again, a system. If we can fix your systems, we can fix your business. You can make more money, more profit, right? More sales, and you can make more profit. You can charge more because we can put a lot of pressure on the front end of your funnel. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Actually, let's draw the funnel right now. Okay, we keep our sales funnel really, really, really simple. You can call it a marketing and sales funnel if you want to. Now, a lot of coaches you'll see and gurus and all the rest of it on YouTube and everywhere else might teach you a 7-step funnel or an 8-step funnel or blah, blah, blah. Let's keep it simple. Business owners like you don't need more complexity, right? Simple scales, complex fails, right? So we need to keep it simple. A is attention, I is interest, D is desire, A is action, right? ADA. So the funnel is this. Now, here's the simple thing about the funnel, and not enough people know this. And this is why 99% of businesses, by the way, stay broke or stay small, and in 20 years they don't move the needle much. They might grow a tiny bit year on year, but a lot of businesses stay totally stuck. Most businesses, in fact. The few that break through understand these simple systems that I'm sharing with you today. The point is, the more leads you put in the top of the funnel, the more you get out the bottom. Now, as you go down the funnel, the leads get less and less. Okay, and that's okay. This is just normal. I'm going to give you an example of how this works. You might ring 100 people, so you put 100 dials. You might connect with 50 of them, so 50% of dials, which is 50 leads into here. Now, they all are going to be at some point in here attention, right? You're getting their attention. You're saying, hey, can I send you an email about our products or services? Because you're using the phone, right? You're picking this thing up, the phone. That's what I call the sniper rifle, right? So write that down. This is the sniper rifle. You're going to the target, straight to the heart of the prospect, which is fantastic, right? This is why it's so much more powerful than ads. And people say, who do I call? Well, start by calling the people on your blinking phone, all your contacts. You should have thousands of contacts by now if you're saving every contact. Everyone that calls you, everyone you call, friends, family, real estate agents, whoever you've ever dealt with, right? They should be all saved on your phone. And then you start calling. So that's 50 people in the funnel. All right, and let's say that's one day, right? If you go crazy, this is fantastic, good. You're probably gonna do this over maybe 2 or 3 days. But anyway, 50. And then you might get, say, 20 opportunities. So 20 of those people will say, yep, send me an info pack, or you can send me that. You can send me a quote, or you can send me a sample, or you can send me a brochure or an email, blah, blah, blah. Now they're down in the interest part, right? There's gonna be a handful of those. Then there's gonna be a few that actually desire what you've got. So they look at your email and go, actually, this is cool. Or they might even say on the phone, yeah, I'm in the market for that right now, right? So that's desire. And then you say, right, well, I'm gonna send you a quote and let's do business. We'd love to do business together. And boom, they take action, they spend some money, bam. Amazing, right? So it might go something like this: $100, 50 connections, let's say 10 opportunities, and you might get 1 sale. And you say, oh, that's miserable. Yes, it might look miserable here, but it's not. Hear me out. You spend 10 grand. Here's a great example. A business I've coached recently, or we've coached recently, has been through one of our coaching programs. They were spending $10,000 a month on Google Ads over a 3-month period. We wiped that right down to zero by teaching them how to use the phone properly, right? And then they can also increase their prices because there's way more pressure on the funnel. You've got more demand, right? We all know about supply and demand. The more demand you have and the less supply, it creates this scarcity, right? And so you can put your prices up. And when you put your prices up, even by 5%, you make more money. You can hire better people. You can do better things. You can make more improvements to your products and services and serve more people. And you can go up and up the premium ladder, right? So you can scale up that premium, what do you want to call it? A pyramid or a ladder or whatever. So your product gets more and more valuable. How cool is that? Now, most people are not doing that. So you could be, if you're watching this video, you now have an unfair advantage. Even if you only take this one thing out of today's video, it will change your life. It'll change your business completely. So you go to shifting all your ad spend from, let's say you're spending $1,000 right now a month, you're going to shift that in a very short time to 0 because you're going to set up this funnel and you're going to come up with an offer to talk to all your prospective customers about on the phone. Now, if you want to keep doing paid ads, that's fine, but I suggest you supplement it with this very quickly. You're going to see the power of this very, very fast, right? So this becomes really also your sales pillar. I'll talk a bit more about that. Marketing is really where we soften up the ground. We promote. So marketing is kind of attention and interest and even desire. And sales is closing the deal action, right? This is where sales really comes in. Okay, so they both play a very important part in the funnel. That's why, some people say, oh, sales and marketing are totally different. Some people say they're, combined. This is our version and this works really, really, really well. So here's sales, take action. Sales sends out the quote and then follows up, quote follow-up. So here's another secret. Let's go in sales. This one thing you can fix immediately is Relentless. There's this thing I call Relentless quote follow-up, right? So this acronym here, hope you can all see that, should become your favorite acronym. What does it stand for? I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking fluffy Ugg boots. Well, it's not, right? Okay, it's just totally, it's not. It is follow-up. Now you need to become obsessed about that. Okay, if you don't, you're going to fail. Most businesses leave so much money on the table, millions of dollars on the table, in fact, because they don't follow up. Some say, oh yeah, I follow up, but they might follow up once or twice or 3 times. That's very rare. If you follow up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times forever, you will win so many more jobs. It's just crazy and so many more orders. It's insane. So we've practiced this for 23 years and we built a relentless follow-up machine inside all of the different brands that we created. Premier Brick, Premier Pavers, Premier Turf, Westone, all these great brands that we created from scratch, right? Multi-million-dollar brands. And they were built with pretty much 0 ad spend, all built on the phone. And I want to encourage you to do the same. If you jump inside our business gym community, which is our high impact coaching or our PBA WhatsApp community, you just see stories pouring in all the time of what we call it gold calling. There's stories coming in all the time. I had one come in yesterday into the business gym, a video of one of our clients who owns a tire shop in Australia, and he came back from being out fitting a tire, came back and one of his workers had a quiet patch and he had trained him to do gold calling and he had smacked out like 10 or 15 dials, brought in some quotes and even brought in an order just from getting on the phone. This is retail, right? Because people say to me, oh, it's not going to work for retail.
So I've just done about 15 gold calls.
When Josh and I were out.
You're out on site.
Yeah.
And I've got about 4 customers coming in for a free tire check.
Yep.
And rotation if needed.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So and we see stories like this just coming in all the time. So if you need proof, jump in our community and have a look. It's just insane. And so this is your new sales system or sales pillar. You create a relentless sales or quote follow-up machine. Your marketing pillar becomes the first initial phone calls and building this initial offer. You might want to call it a grand slam offer or an irresistible offer. And that's a combination of things you do that sets you apart and puts you in a category of one. So you might even have a commodity product, but when you bundle it up with your unique service offering, your unique guarantee and stuff like that, you are in a category of one. So you're no longer competing on price because it's not product versus product. It is your bundle versus the other guy's product or the other person's product, right? It's totally different. So you create this irresistible offer. And that is very key. And we're helping, again, businesses all over the world to create an irresistible offer. So we'd love to help you with that. But getting back to this, so marketing systems. This is a simple marketing system. Now, here's another unfair advantage as part of your marketing system, right? Remember, we talked about the symptoms, which are all the horrible things that happen as a result of broken systems or systems that don't even exist or haphazard, running our businesses haphazardly. So if we have this marketing system going on, one of those is write one blog a day. You say, that's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, but it's great. It works. Spend 20, 30 minutes on ChatGPT with your own, you've got to make sure you use your knowledge, you guide it and get the right result, and put a blog on your website every single day from now on. Now, what does that do? It really, really cranks up your SEO, the search engine optimization. So you go from being the least known company in your space, and you have an outsized advantage. So let's talk about our Premier Brick. We had a a small business up against the big dogs that had been doing it for 80, 100 years. We brought out this brand new brand that no one knew about, and through these techniques, we grew it to 10 million, like super quick, bam, 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 in a few years, up against, and it was priced, as a premium product. So we weren't competing on price at all. We had these unique advantages: an unusual guarantee, a powerful marketing system, a powerful sales system, and a powerful operational system, which I think we'll try and cover a little bit of that in a moment. Where do you get blog ideas from? I'm going to tell you where. Go to your team and say, team, what are the most common questions we get asked about our products and about our services and about our industry? Okay, and then write a big list, 20 things, 30 questions, 40 questions, 50 questions. Let's say you sell, pet food, okay? And someone asks, which biscuit is the best for my dog? I've got a golden Labrador and I don't know what to buy. And that's the question. And then you write this detailed blog, it might be 1,000 words, anywhere between 900 to 2,000 words is perfect. And it's got to add a lot of value, so don't just put it in ChatGPT and let it spit out rubbish, because that's what it'll do, and it'll just be a load of words. It's got to add massive value for the customer, right? And you do this every single day of the week. Now you say, that's crazy. Okay, we'll do it once a week. But I'm saying if you do it every day, it's going to blow up, because the search engine will, and same now, a lot of people are searching on ChatGPT instead of using things like Google. So the more of this type of content you've got, you become the authority, and you just become the authority in your space, and it gives you an outsized advantage. Because I'm always trying to give you an outsized advantage or an unfair advantage versus the big guys with massive marketing budgets. Okay, we can't compete there, we don't want to. So we go, instead of what most business owners do is they play on the same field as the big guys. What a waste of time. You can't win. You can't win. Like if you're up against Coca-Cola or KFC or any of these massive brands, you're not going to win. If you're trying to sell fried chicken, right, and you're on the corner of some road in New Zealand, let's say you're in Thai Happy and you're trying to sell fried chicken and you're coming up against KFC ads, you're gonna, it's not going to work. So jump onto a different field. Okay, play another game. Don't play the same game. Play another game, which is this. You could have the most content-rich website, all the different things about fried chicken. There will be like hundreds of questions you could answer. All right, it's so powerful. It's so powerful. So there's 2 systems you can put in place to fix the front end of your business or the top end of your funnel. All right, and it will start to fill really quickly. I'm going to give you one more pillar, which is mind-blowing, or one more system, which will fix the operational side of your business. And we call it TDI. So we call it TDI, which stands for Tiny Daily Improvements. Now, some of you might have heard about lean or 2-second lean or some of these great things. We learned about 2-second lean from Paul Akers. He's an incredible guy, and we learned so much from him. And we created our own system called TDI, Tiny Daily Improvements. We created a culture in our business where we had between 100 to 200 improvements being made every single week, whether I was there or not. Unbelievable. So the business every day is getting better and better and stronger and better and stronger. And we teach 3 things: tools, time, and training. Okay, it's the fire triangle of TDI, or lean. You might know it as lean. We just love the word TDI, the acronym TDI, because it makes sense to everybody. Tiny daily improvements. Now you say, all we're looking for in the business is, when people say, how do I improve? You say, Bob, fix what bugs you. Remove the struggle. Okay, it can be as simple as first just getting the place cleaned up. So we spend the first month with 15 minutes a day. We give people time to clean up, and we get rid of all the clutter. We chuck it all out, or we put it in a red tag area where in 6 months, if it's still not touched in 6 months, we sell it or we bin it or we recycle it, right? So we declutter really, really fast. That's powerful. So this pillar here I'm sharing with you, or this system, is the operational system. This will set you free. It's freaky powerful. It's amazing. And so tools, time, and training. And so what this means is every morning you have a morning meeting where you talk about this and you train your team about the 8 lean deadly sins of waste and the triple T, and there's some basic principles that go along with this that you teach your team, and you get them motivated every single morning and inspired, and it becomes a non-negotiable, we call it NNT, a non-negotiable task, right? Inside your organization or inside your business. From now on, this is how we do business. This is how we roll. This is what we do. And it has to start with you, the leader. If you're not prepared every day to show up and do one tiny daily improvement and share it on your group chat, because by the way, that's one of the key pillars as part of this, is you have a group chat and you share every improvement, the before and after photo or a before and after video. Now, if you don't do this, you're going to fail. You are going to fail, like end of story. So every business we teach and train, I've got a recent example of a business. They have 25 staff in New Zealand, and we've taught them this system. And in the first month, it was an old business, and they were a shambles. It was a mess. And in just 1 month, they completely cleaned the place up. The staff could not believe it. That was the power of tiny daily improvements, right? But they have, a couple of brothers running it who committed to that they would lead by example. And this is what you need to do. You need to show up, okay? You're the CEO, the Chief Energy Officer. You're the CRO, the Chief Reminding Officer. Those are the 2 most important hats that you wear. So if you get this culture of TDI underway between your marketing system, which I've just taught you, the sales system, which we've just taught you, and the TDI, which is the operational side of the business, everything starts to click. Everything gets better every single day. And you apply TDI to the marketing system, you apply TDI to the sales system. So your grand slam offer, your irresistible offer gets better and better. Your unusual guarantee gets better and better. The way you quote your customers, the way you follow up, your scripts, your checklists, everything gets better, right? It's all about improving the life of the customer, because every time you make a tiny improvement, you save a little bit of time, or you save some dollars, or you save some footsteps, or you save a few meters on the forklift, or or you shuffle the racking around and you save all sorts of time. Now, all this flows back to the customer, because the customer only wants to pay for value-added activity. They don't want to pay you for driving around the yard, for shuffling paper across your desk, for looking for that broom for the 500th blessed time. They want to pay you for value adding, which is your product. When you're changing something, when you're manufacturing your product or packaging your product, and the product that you've got, they only want to pay for that. They don't want to pay for all the non-value added activity. Right, so all I really want to say now is, if you're a small business owner and you're interested in learning more about these principles and the system, we have a community, a powerful coaching community called the Business Gym. High impact coaching for fast results. You only need to spend 10 to 20 minutes in there every single day to build your business muscle. There's a classroom with courses. There's a community where you can 24/7 ask your questions and your roadblocks. There's a leaderboard where you can climb the leaderboard, and every 7 days we give away a $500 strategy session. There's just so much in there. Whether you're at 200 grand a year, 500 grand a year, $1 million a year, 5 million, 10 million. We even have 2 clients that do over 100 million. How cool is that, right? And we still add a huge amount of value for them. So we would love to work with you. We would love to help you. We'd love to see you on the inside. So click the link below, check it out. And if you want to book a strategy meeting, you can do that too. But I want you to check that out, and you will thank me later. Your future self will thank you. Put the comments below. Give us a like, give us a share. It would mean the world to us. Leave us a review on Google, Premier Business Academy. We'd really appreciate that. If you got some value out of this, we would super appreciate that, because all of literally, we don't spend anything on ads right now. It's all word of mouth. It's all growing through our testimonials and reviews from great people like you. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day. Signing out.